Welcome to City Insider. This is the YouTube channel that will bring Man City fans the latest news of the club in our hearts. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Manchester City agree world record transfer fee for incredible defender. Manchester City have a deal in place with RB Leipzig for defender Josko Gvardiol for a fee of around £78 million. According to a report from Fabrizio Romano, this would be a world record fee for a centre-back, and the defender is expected to undergo a medical on Friday should the clubs finalise details of the agreement. Reports in late June stated that personal terms with the 21-year-old defender had been agreed, with Blues boss Pep Guardiola rating the defender highly and keen on the move. The deal has taken a very long time, but Romano has now reported that Gvardiol is set to become the most expensive centre-back transfer in history. At one stage, it looked as if the deal might fall apart, following leaks of a suggested verbal agreement between the clubs. Now, finally, City look poised to sign their key summer target. A masked Gvardiol left a lasting impression on fans and pundits alike following his exceptional performances in the 2022 World Cup, as he helped guide Croatia to the 2022 World Cup semi-finals. Despite his national side being comfortably beaten by Argentina 3-0, the then 20-year-old was praised as the breakout star in Qatar by Jurgen Klinsmann. The centre-back showed plenty of tributes at Leipzig, which led Manchester City to believe he could fit in their system. A solid, left-footed central defender, he gives Guardiola options on the left and in the middle to compete with Nathan Ake and Ruben Dias. The Croatian was described as incredible by pundit Ned Onuoha following his performances against his new club in the 2022-23 Champions League round of 16. Throughout the 2022-23 season, Chelsea had been in talks with Leipzig for the young prodigy, but the clubs failed to reach an agreement. Manchester City made their interest known quickly during the summer break and have been patient in their pursuit of Gvardiol. As a result, the club have sealed a deal for their top summer target. The 21-year-old shows exemplary discipline for his age. He managed to not receive a single red card in the 2022-23 Bundesliga season. He reads the game well and has shown a willingness to put his body on the line to stop shots or dangerous passes. He will, however, need to reduce his tendency to rush towards the ball when facing counterattacks, which has left his teammates outnumbered on a few occasions. Like any City defender, the Croatian's passing and on-ball skills will set him apart from other high-profile defenders. He boasted an 84% pass completion rate in the 2022-23 season, and his ability to retain and progress the ball will be crucial to adjusting to the tactics of the treble-winning side. He also shows exceptional passing across multiple ranges. His output of completed short, medium and long passes per 90 places him in the 90th, 99th and 95th percentile of defenders in Europe's top 5 leagues, respectively. This ability should allow him to neatly progress the ball and play long-range switches to shift the tempo of Manchester City's build-up. He is also an elite ball carrier, with an ability to take on players in tight spots, completing 82% of his take-ons in the 2022-23 season. Gvardiol's mixture of ball-playing skills and defensive attributes should help him fit into the Manchester City defense comfortably once he has adjusted to their tactical system. Barcelona in talks to sign Manchester City outcast. Once a crucial part of City's side, Cancelo shockingly joined Bayern Munich on loan in January after having a falling out with Pep Guardiola. But though the 29-year-old impressed over his 21 games for Bayern, helping them win the Bundesliga title, he does not wish to move to Germany on a permanent basis and has returned to the citizens. And while they have had their differences, Guardiola is happy to include the Portugal international in his plans for the coming season, despite shifting away from a formation that requires full-backs. However, it is also said that City would be content with selling Cancelo should the right offer be made, with Arsenal inquiring about his services earlier in the transfer window. Now, TalkSport report that Barcelona in talks with City over a transfer for the defender, though it remains to be seen whether the La Liga champions can meet the treble winners' asking price. The Catalans have well-documented financial issues which limits their spending power somewhat, hence why they have signed so many free agents and loans over the past few years. This includes the acquisition of former City captain Ilkay Gundogan, who traded the Etihad for the Camp Nou earlier this summer. However, with Ousmane Dembélé set to join PSG for £43 million, that could give Barcelona enough money in the bank to spend on Cancelo. With Xavi admitting he needs someone who plays his position, with the departure of Dembélé, "We need a pure right-back now," he told reporters following their friendly win over AC Milan on Wednesday. Cancelo joined City from Juventus in 2019 in a deal worth around £60 million, and so far has played 154 times for the club, scoring 9 goals and making 22 assists. He has won 3 Premier League titles and the Carabao Cup, and was named in the PFA Team of the Year twice. He could well be in action this Sunday as City kick off their season with the Community Shield against Arsenal. Man City could now reportedly sign a diamonter who plays just like Sadio Mane, as Jeremy Doku continues to get linked with a transfer to Manchester City. Former Rennes boss Julian Stéphan once likened him to Sadio Mane. Speaking to HET Newsblad in 2020, the Frenchman was quizzed about the Belgian winger, who Fabrizio Romano claimed on Wednesday has been shortlisted by City as a summer target. 3 years ago, Julian Stéphan compared Manchester City-linked wonderkid Jeremy Doku to Sadio Mane. Branded as a diamond in the rough by Kevin De Bruyne and the fastest player Kylian Mbappé has ever seen, the 21-year-old has garnered admirers of the highest order at a very young age. It seems like the treble winners have earmarked the youngster as the replacement for Al Ahly wideman Riyad Mahrez. Manchester City and their supporters will be glad to discover that ex-Rennes tactician Julian Stéphan saw shades of Sadio Mane in Jeremy Doku. I don't like the game of comparisons, but he reminds me of Sadio Mane when he was at Metz. He is only 18 years old and he still has a significant margin of improvement in the final third. He is a player with great potential. He is hardworking and applies himself, he said. After comparing Manchester City target Jeremy Doku to Sadio Mane, Julian Stéphan explained what makes the highly rated speedster such an exciting talent. We all see him working to improve. You have to have patience with an 18-year-old player who is explosive, who dribbles. If he was already a finished product, in terms of passes and decision-making, he would already be at a top European club. We have confidence in him. £63 million Man City player says he was actually fuming with his performance in UCL final. Rodri has admitted that he was not satisfied with his display in the Champions League final against Inter Milan. Speaking to the Daily Mail, the £62.8 million ESPN India man reflected on his performance on one of City's most memorable nights till date. Despite scoring the winner in the Champions League final, Rodri was far from buzzing with his all-round showing against Inter Milan. The Spaniard recently revealed that after his iconic strike in Istanbul, he came across Sky Blue supporters singing his name on holiday, considering the club have waited to end their hoodoo in Europe's elite competition for years on end. His belter of a goal has made him an instant legend, especially as it sealed their historic treble. Even so, Rodri has said that looking back on how he played in the Champions League final against Inter Milan, he felt he let himself down on the day. I know what I can bring to the team and I wasn't happy with my performance. In a final, the team needs the best of you, so I was self-critical. While Manchester City fans across the globe would have forgiven the 27-year-old for his under-par display due to his winner in the Champions League final, his admission showcases the gem they have at their disposal. The 3-time Premier League winner would be justified to celebrate his legendary goal till the cows come home, as he fulfilled every football fan and player's dream with his contribution. Instead, Rodri has been self-effacing enough to realize that he could have performed much better against the Italians, which perhaps plays a fundamental role in which he is one of the best players in the world. It is this very mindset that separates the good from the great, and he seems to have it in abundance. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.